Something else we
Mhm.
really wanted to talk to you about was personal branding, because obviously you're on social media, you're on Brandon Turner's podcast. I know you had Ryan Pineda either on your
Mhm.
podcast or you were on his podcast. But I'm curious,
Yeah.
like one, I guess would be, what made you decide to go after kind of starting a personal brand? And then two, another question is like, how did you get connected with these people like Brandon Turner or Ryan Pineda?
It's a good question. So I tried the 9 to 5 world. I always just felt like a misfit. So I got my MBA, and when you get your MBA, you're kind of like cut out for corporate America and like finance or something like that. So I tried that stuff, but I just felt like sitting in a cubicle just made me kind of crazy. And so I kind of came to the conclusion after trying multiple jobs and just being like, I just don't feel like this is my thing. That I probably need to start my own business. And to me, if you're going to start your own business, social media is free advertising. So on top of that, I like connecting with people. I'm a people person. And when I run a business out of my home right now intentionally. Like, I have not wanted to hire a bunch of employees and be responsible for that. And so I've intentionally kept it small and lean, because I want, the number one thing to me is not money, it's flexibility. I want flexibility, like to do this right now. Like when I go to the gym, I've had these old retired guys. They're like, "What do you do? What do you do for a living? Are you a firefighter?" And I'm like, "No." And actually did think about that, by the way. I thought about doing the firefighting, but I didn't like that I'd be gone from my family overnight. That's the thing that kept me from that. But I really considered that. I was like, no, I own my own businesses, and that's what allowed. They're like, oh, okay. So to me, I was like, the flexibility that you get. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I probably need to build my own brand online. And the reason I started my podcast was because I wanted to connect with people, and I felt like, number one, I can help others. And number two, it'll keep me accountable to going after my goals. When I started my podcast, my goal was financial independence through real estate investing. So I'm like, okay, I'll put this out there. I'm going to bring on as many people as I can in this world and learn from them. So I get the benefit of learning from them. I can help them advertise what they're doing to others. And then I can connect with people listening to the podcast and know that like I'm making a difference in the world. And from a faith perspective, that's the number one thing to me, is like, I want to honor God with my life. I want to make a difference. And I don't just want to like